Okay, time for a new video. Welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. This is yet another Eurovision 2026 related video here on my channel, and another reaction type video as well, because right now I am about to listen for the first time to snippets of all of the songs involved in MGP 2026. That is Norway's national selection for the upcoming edition of the Eurovision Song Contest, which as we all know will take place this May in Vienna, Austria. As always, you're welcome to let me know your thoughts on anything I discuss in today's video by leaving a comment down below, and as always there are links in the description to my other social media pages. Check them out if you so wish. I have some information in front of me to make sure I don't forget anything too important. Earlier today, January the 19th, the broadcaster NRK revealed 8 of the 9 names set to take part in Melodi Grand Prix 2026, and this show will take place for the first time, I believe, in Lillehammer, specifically the Håkons Hall, which once upon a time hosted the Junior Eurovision Song Contest. The 9th and final finalist will be decided by a radio duel between 8 artists on Nittimen, which I think is some sort of radio show, where the audience will vote for their favourite. This 9th finalist will be chosen on January the 26th, and all of the finalists' songs in full will also be released on that date. The lineup is as follows. Guess who's back? Back again. Rybak's back, for heaven's sake. His song is called Rise. Of course, he is the most recent Norwegian winner of the ESC back in 2009 in Moscow with Fairy Tale. He came back for the Lisbon 2018 competition with That's How You Write a Song, which won its semi-final, let's not forget, and then he finished mid-table in the grand final. He is back for another bite of the Eurovision cherry for some reason. We then have Emma with Northern Lights, Hedda Mai or Hedda May with Snapback, Jonas Love with Ya Ya Ya, Leonardo Amor with Prayer, Mileo or Mileo, not entirely sure how you pronounce it, but he's been in MGP before. Their song is called Frankenstein, Silke with Forevermore, and Storm with Lullaby. I am noticing no song title there in the Norwegian language. That's not brilliant if you ask me, but there we are. Now, the quality of MGP, maybe you agree with me here, maybe you don't, but I personally feel as though the quality of MGP in recent years has been generally very underwhelming. Certainly last year's Melodi Grand Prix was very much erring on the side of being a big fat disappointment. And actually, when I was thinking about this earlier on today, maybe MGP just hasn't been that strong for a very long time. I know the format has changed a little bit over the years. We've had semi-finals in the past. And yes, we do have some very good songs generally every year, and Norway do generally qualify for the final. But the national final itself is really lacking a little magic, a little pizzazz, if you see what I mean. So I do not have massively high expectations coming into this snippets reaction today. I do have some other information about the artists here. Emma Gunnarsson is the sister of Marcus and Martinus, who represented Sweden in Malmö 2 years ago. Hedda is apparently known for her spicy contemporary pop sound, blending 60s and 90s vibes. Storm, real name Leo, is a young metal prodigy. Leonardo was on The Voice in Norway, and apparently this is the only ballad in the lineup. Silke was the vocalist on Echo in Mai in 2023, apparently. Mileo, apologies, with Frankenstein, is a Norwegian-Australian artist known for dark avant-garde pop, and Jonas was somebody who made the semi-finals, apparently, of The Voice in Norway last year. And of course, we must remember there is that 9th wildcard spot, which will be sorted out in due course as well. So I have several videos loaded up and ready to go. I believe Alexander Rybak's song is already out in full because I saw a YouTube link to it earlier on today. Whether that has been taken down or not, I don't know. But it was online earlier on. I have not heard a thing of any of these songs. I am coming into it completely blind. I'm hoping for quality, I'm hoping for diversity, I'm hoping for immediacy. Of course, when these songs are released in full, all of them, I will check them out in my own time, and I will probably talk about my favourites in a future video or post about it on some of my other social media pages. Do feel free to let me know what you think. Of course, Norway are 3 times winners of the Eurovision Song Contest, most recently with Rybak in 2009. So, let's get this going, shall we? Norway is one of my favourite countries at Eurovision, but the national final is really lacking more often than not. This is by ESC Samuel, by the way. It's their top 8. They've already ranked these songs. What I'm watching won't be in the bottom corner of the video you're watching. That's the way it usually is. But you might have seen this video by now anyway. Come on, Norway, deliver. Okay, Jonas is number 8 here with Ya Ya Ya. This seems to be a little camp, perhaps. Got a little bit of guitar going on in the background, it sounds like, and an easy to go along with refrain. He's got a slightly bluesy vocal, I would say. Okay. Okay. Next up is Storm. Okay. Slightly menacing, but accessible metal stuff. Very much in the mould of Ollie, who's in the Estonian selection. Yeah. This is fine. This is fine. Next up is Leonardo with Prayer. Pretty straightforward ballad, this. Again, it sounds fine, but I am looking for that something, whatever it is, to just bowl me over straight away. Because people who are tuning in on the night, that's sort of what they're looking for, I guess. Anyway, next up is Alexander. Okay, so this is different from Fairy Tale, different from That's How You Write a Song. This is more folksy, definitely more folksy in style. Quite bouncy, the melody. I will say this. He should absolutely not be winning on name alone. Because I think in 2018, and this is just my opinion, but I think back then he won MGP because of who he was. I don't think he had the best song in MGP that year. If I remember correctly, Rebecca was the runner-up with Who We Are, and that song was written, if I remember correctly, by Mørland, the former Norwegian representative. And that was a really nice song. And she didn't win. Rybak did instead. And I would not be surprised if Norway just go for him again. Maybe on name alone. I don't know. It sounds nice. I will say that much. It sounds nice. Frankenstein. Frankenstein. Okay, you can tell that I'm not a professional journalist. That's also sounding fine, but in this snippet alone, it is really lacking something, and I don't know what that something is. That could be very reliant on staging, I think. Next up is Emma with Northern Lights. We've had plenty of songs sound like this in the past. In MGP, DMGP, Melfest, Song for Kepnin, heavens above. It's got a bit of momentum. Drums in the background, giving it a sense of urgency, I suppose. That is the best one so far. Oh yes. Snap Back. Okay. Sassy pop. Maybe a slightly old school R&B thing going on here. That's okay. That's okay. That's one of the better ones here. Forevermore, number 1. Okay. Dance pop from a decade ago. Oh yeah. It sounds okay. Well, that is my absolute first thoughts on the MGP 2026 lineup. I wouldn't be surprised if this 9th wildcard entry is better than all of those. It wouldn't put it past me to find that I prefer the wildcard entry over all of these others. I'm going to watch another video now. Let's watch. Let's see. Let's watch ESC Marco's top 8. Okay. Leonardo. Nah, that's more of a jury favourite, I would say. And I think there's going to be jury and public voting. Jonas. No. I don't think that's winning material. Forevermore is number 6. This is one of the better songs here, I would say. But it feels really uninspired. Gotta be honest. Header. This is one of the better songs here as well. There's a bit of potential. Yeah. Frankenstein. I mean, if this was a Melfest track, it wouldn't even get out the heat. It sounds fine. It sounds fine. And, you know, his performance in MGP a few years ago wasn't too bad, so we know that he could maybe deliver the goods. Alexander. Yeah, there's the fiddle. Yeah, definitely going into a more folky style with this particular number. That probably is going to win comfortably, isn't it? But it shouldn't. Lullaby number 2. I don't know. This is probably the best one, yes. Northern Lights by Emma. Yeah, I think that probably is the best one here. I'll watch one more video. This is by ESC Can. Jonas number 8. Leonardo number 7. Emma number 6. Header, Storm. Okay. Okay, well, they've got Forevermore number 1 in this video. I see. Well, I'll leave it there. Really, I've definitely stumbled over my words quite a bit in this video, but that is the MGP 2026 lineup, and we will be getting one more song very soon, and the songs will be released in full on January the 26th, although I think Rebak's song was out in full earlier on today. Anyway, he is probably winning. Probably by some distance. However, based on those snippets alone, Northern Lights is probably the best one here. I'm liking the sound of Snapback, and Forevermore also doesn't sound too bad. The others, I'm not sure they stand too much of a chance, but you just never know. Anyway, that is Melodi Grand Prix 2026. Fairly underwhelming once again, it has to be said. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, do let me know your thoughts, and when these songs are out in full, I will listen to them in my own time, that is for sure. Until next time, let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, and bye for now.